all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I pissed so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. In the feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems.
Your problem. Radio. I really like smacking, man. Oh, it's Super Bowl. Why you press O? Come on. I ain't trying to do that. Come on. He's scared. Tell him he on YouTube. He know. He said tell him he on YouTube. But just watch this game. I'm finna do it to him, bro.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL.
Coach, we are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking and rolling. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Moore now to kick this one away.
Let's call it off.
This will be taken in. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
I was putting the audio on so he can hit the TV.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
I tell you right there. I'm going to send it to Junior though.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wilson. It's caught right side, Dixon. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Well, these two teams, of course, met in the wild card round of the playoffs last year. Dallas getting the late touchdown from Zeke Elliott and then holding off the Seahawks 24-22. Gosh, that was just the 4th Dallas playoff victory since their Super Bowl title back in the mid-90s in Super Bowl 30. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
Come on now.
There's a throw that's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. To throw is Wilson. Flush to his right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Forced out to his left. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22.
Oh, yeah, like 5 plays. I'm already down.
Downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Wilson. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. They'll roll him out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forcing incompletion.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Right off the bat, they start with a very solid, methodical 10-play drive.
And you know me, I tend to look at things from the
called it out before it happened.
They're coming off the field gassed right away. We're in the first drive of the game. So it's not just what happened, but think of the emotion you carry into a game, then double it with getting a 10-play drive put on you and points scored. They're pretty tired right now.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Dak Prescott heading out to lead the Dallas Cowboys, but it's been Zeke who's gotten most of the headlines. However, Dak's got a contract situation looming in his own right, Charles. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year. Jerry Jones has said that signing him is a priority, but they'd be comfortable playing the season.
Well, they may be comfortable playing the season, but you've got a quarterback who needs to be signed for the future. And when you look at what's happened in the offseason and in their own division in Philadelphia with Carson Wentz getting his contract, he set the number now. And I would expect Dak to get something along the lines of what Carson Wentz got. Remember, he has not missed a start since he's come into the league. Talk about Dak Prescott.
And worth noting, the Cowboys have won 2/3 of those starts and 2 NFC East titles in his 3 NFL seasons as well. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop it for a loss of 4. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Right there. 54.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Dak finding his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a first down. Boy, you got to think that having a 37-year-old veteran Jason Witten back at tight end is going to be great for Dak Prescott for plays just like that. And you think to last year when Witten wasn't there, it was kind of a rotating carousel. They had Blake Jarwin, Jeff Swain, Rico Gathers, Dalton Schultz. But Witten back out there and doing his thing again. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing. Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Started the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Only 2 on the screen pass there. It'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now Prescott on 4th down.
Oh no, none of that. None of that. Ain't going nowhere. It's 21 zip. It's 21 zip. It's 21 zip.
Might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
Can't do nothing.
So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. They're a little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it.
Running back.
Very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got Lockett.
Come on now.
He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This throw complete. Wilson finding
Don't ever let him tell you he lost. Don't ever let him tell you that. He's the best in this house.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson escaping the pressure right.
Too easy. It's too easy for me. It's too easy. It's too easy for me. Oh, man, it's 21 zip. It's 21 zip. It's 21 zip.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner. But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there. Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Well, before the Cowboys get going here on this drive, the big news for them all summer, if you're a fantasy player, I'm sure you've been paying attention to it as well. Ezekiel Elliott not reporting to the team. He's been down in Cabo working out. And Jerry Jones, don't laugh. I'm laughing, right?
Why, because you don't work out in Cabo?
He's in Cabo working out.
I know.
You know, that sentence has never been used.
Can't do nothing.
How about this, Jerry Jones?
You can't do nothing.
You don't need a rushing champion to win a Super Bowl.
And Zeke's camp is saying, okay, you may have to prove that. Because for Jerry Jones, he's saying, listen, we've signed Alfred Morris, who's been a proven running back in the league. But that was a few years ago. They drafted Tony Pollard out of Memphis, who they're very high on, but he's not a bell cow runner. Darius Jackson, also not a bell cow runner. The way their offense works and works best as Zeke takes the bulk of the carries, catches a few out of the backfield, takes some pressure off of Dak Prescott. They may have to change their offense a bit if they don't get this resolved.
By the way, going back to the Jerry Jones statement, only 2 guys who won a rushing title and a Super Bowl the same year. Emmitt Smith did it 3 times, and Terrell Davis once in '98 with the Broncos.
And who did Emmitt Smith play for when he did it 3 times?
The Cowboys.
And who ran the team?
Jerry Jones.
Okay.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
Come on now. 21. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing. Stop playing. I want you to see. I want you to screen record this nigga. I want you to screen record this nigga.
And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And
Too
this
easy.
one basically comes right to him.
Well, too easy. Told you can't beat me, bro.
After the
I'm glad they
interception,
did it.
Wilson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Stop playing.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So as they take it over,
Stop playing.
we step aside.
Nigga, you and Maurice next, bro. You and Maurice next. In this championship, boy. Yeah. 6 rings like Brady. 6 rings like Brady. What? You won. You been winning. You been winning. What you mean? Can't find your plays. Come on now. Come on. That ain't no excuse.
A loss of 1 on 1st down.
Another scouting report.
Daddy, no. Take a 21. 21.
His ability to read, react, and make a play.
21. Hey, look, now he said he don't got his playbook. That's nothing new, bro. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. 21. I'm too loud.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0.
I'm too loud, bro. I'm too loud. Blame it on your plays. He blamed it on the plays. Tap me out though. I'm too loud. I'm too, bro. Play every time I play you. You say something about your plays.
Coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman.
What can I do about your plays? 21. 21. 21. What?
Taking it in from 2 yards out. Where the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up.
I'm laughing at what Tigger said.
Yeah, and what you also
I'm laughing at what Tigger said.
Is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking
wait, what?
all these points back on one
Daddy.
drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the 1st half. I'm not saying
Daddy.
you have ultimate patience.
They can see it. They can see it. They ain't do that.
Everything either.
You had told me to turn on the audio. I turned it on.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Bruh.
Prescott to throw this time. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35. Right,
He said he's going to come back. He said he don't
9
want him.
yards to
He's going to
pick
come
up
back.
there, and it's a 1st down. Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions. And you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his 2nd year. But he's really on the uptick.
Come on now.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up.
What playbook you play with?
Artificial surface. You see the pellets go up.
I can look at it.
Play by the defense.
I can look at the
That one
playbook.
a first down pickup of 8.
What playbook you play with?
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So
I'm streaming. I can go back.
4 plays, 3 first
Oh,
downs.
Detroit.
That's pretty good recipe for success.
Detroit. I don't know. I don't know who you play with, bro.
First down, and it's Pollard again.
All right, I can look it up. Detroit.
So we reach halftime in what's
Detroit.
been a fairly one-sided game so
Hey, I
far.
don't know.
As
I don't
we'll
know.
send
I'm
you
gonna look
back
at it. I'm gonna
over
look
to
at it.
Orlando with our EA
I gotta go back
Sports
in the stream.
halftime report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version.
We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Yeah, you changed your playbook. You got Carolina. And you changed your defense to multiple D. You changed it though. You put it like that. You changed it.
Ready for the fight ahead.
Ain't do nothing to. Come on, now. Ain't do nothing to change it. You play with Carolina playbook right now, and multiple D.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
You changed it to that. I ain't changed it for you.
Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
That's your
And that
playbook.
first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down.
Lay him
and
down.
Find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, 'cause
Lay him
right now
down.
you're down big. You're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The first play of the second half. A big success, over 30 yards. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Pass on target,
pop that boy
Prescott to
every time.
Cooper. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did.
And he fumbled it. It's on the
Told you.
ground.
Told you I
And
was
the
gonna come.
Seahawks have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
Ain't trying to get
but you
no
have to be
safety.
prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make
You
some
want to finish the game.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
You never know what can
In
happen.
the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about
They already
that.
did
If they
you
could
like
actually
this.
get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Steps away to his left.
I'm
He
going
may
all
try
the
to
way.
run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The rushing numbers for
spot.
Wilson, maybe down from
Hot
earlier in his
spot.
career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Oh, good God. Oh, good God.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They run it with Carson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away.
I'm trying to rush it.
Incomplete.
I'm supposed to be running the ball. I'm trying to rush the touchdown.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Pete Carroll looks like he likes his chances with the offense on the field. They're going for it on 4. Rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. His pass caught at the 4. And he's brought down. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter.
He will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
Whoa, but this nigga keep doing it. Like, I'm barely about to take these games back.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now this time he'll look to throw. Completes it to Jason Witten. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Prescott now from the 50.
Oh, that could be
good. It is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Prescott to throw on 4th.
Oh, no, I put one book, man.
The tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Prescott and this one complete to Witten over the middle. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your start. Wilson.
You on your hot spot, dog. You gonna do that?
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up as you
Don't you play with multiple D?
They'll go with Pollard here on first down.
Daddy.
And they'll get this down.
You play like you play with multiple D though.
Sets him up
That's your
nicely.
defense.
First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
At this stage of the game,
You put it on multiple D by yourself though.
because most of the yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things
What
up
I'm supposed
for
to tell you to
big runs
change?
like
I don't
that,
know what
'cause
you
the
wanna play
defense
with.
might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that
I ain't
run.
changing nothing. That's no, I didn't. I ain't changing nothing.
How many times I done had my player and we come back into the middle again? I have to start over.
That was one time. One time. Oh, one time. And that don't mean you can't go back and switch your play.
Gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've
You
been
told me to
aggressive
turn on
from
the audio.
first snap, and they've controlled this
You told me to
ball
do that.
game
You told me to
right
turn on the
now.
audio.
If you're on the other side of the ball, you got to match that.
Because as soon as you turn on the broadcast, it automatically go like that. You told me to turn on the broadcast.
You got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive,
Oh, yeah.
as you know.
Come back.
And he'll take this
Come
into
back.
the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Excuses.
Prescott now on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I ain't
Well,
see
it just
that.
seems like all game long there hasn't
Take
been a
a
lot of
set up.
sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at
He
on the
said, get on the
sidelines.
sunset road.
Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A great job to hold him to just a
He said,
yard
net,
there.
nigga.
Now it's 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a fourth down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you
He got
about
it.
going forward
Seriously.
here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, fourth quarter.
Then-
You're going.
Everybody did that.
A critical one here. If they're
Everybody
gonna have
did that.
any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
What?
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delayed game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. So on 4th down, on comes the Dallas kicker, Brett Maher. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good. And the drive will wind
You're
up
not
yielding
fully.
3.
You know you're not. Well, you
Well,
probably
it's a
is.
Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no
3 out
team
of
wants to
100.
get shut out. So it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Lit.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. This is caught. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do.
Can't hold me back.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Now it's Wilson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him.
After review of the play,
Turn it off.
No, I'm gonna play you again. You got that.
Gotta do my homework. I got homework.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I copy, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought they could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't get up because they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. High boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we'll be emerging victorious. Years blessed, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I copy, I do my dance.
On off.
Dance, no man, man. Dance, thought they could guard me. I ruin they
We just play it with our own.
one. They do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. There's no need in keeping it low key. I can carve on the D like a turkey. I run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call us up making it.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see fourth-year quarterback Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys as they square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle.
Coach, we are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking and rolling. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop. Well, the returns for the Cowboys on Leighton Vander Esch have been pretty good so far. You know, a lot of Cowboy Nation questioned when they took him number 19 overall a season ago instead of Calvin Ridley. But Leighton Vander Esch would get 140 tackles last year, franchise rookie record for Dallas, en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
This is Carson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Throwing is Wilson, and it's hauled in by Ed Dickson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30. Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. Wilson hit.
How you fumble like that,
fumble. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, 68 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now out comes Seattle here. We'll see their offense going in just a second. Speaking of that offense, for Russell Wilson, they went out in the draft this year, got him a couple new options out wide, did they not?
They did, and you can see that they're changing their offensive philosophy a little bit. Remember Doug Baldwin, who was a great target, especially on the underneath throws? He's retired. So strategically, because they run the heck out of the football, Chris Carson was a 1,000-yard runner. They expect more from Rashad Penny this year. They want to have the ability to throw the ball deep, and the only guy they had previously, Tyler Lockett, who's going to play in the slot now with Doug Baldwin retired. So they went out and got DK Metcalf in the 2nd round out of Ole Miss. Got Gary Jennings from West Virginia.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is good.
Hey, they ain't no, bro, they ain't worried about that, bro.
Touchdown by the Cowboys.
Now you finna say that. bro. It don't matter who I play with. I never say nothing about my defense or anything. It don't matter who I play with. If I play with the wrong player, I ain't never gonna say nothing.
Hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive
You
line not giving him a lot of
suck.
help.
You
Not a lot
suck.
of help, but the bottom line, he's got
You
to take
pick
care
your
of
own
the
play,
football.
but I ain't picking for you.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make the score
I can't.
14-0.
You told me to take the audio off.
Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Third and long. It's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Now he's going to let it go deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The tackle made by K.J. Wright. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And he will find his man on the outside.
What's he on, Fumble?
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
They'll turn to the power game. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Here we go.
Come on, man.
And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation,
first half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week.
If he's still on, they can come in.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. On 1st down, Carson works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. From the 29, Wilson flush to his right. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. And Dixon 29 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Jason Myers now for the extra point.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
So that drive, 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken
just
even
talking. I just asked him what he's still on. He ain't
nice
reply. He's not on.
Sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every
he just not came back.
Confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys.
I asked him what he's still on. You suck.
Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up.
And I'm gonna show you how garbage you.
Now they're gonna come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
No. We got more. I got more than y'all. You going there to the last 3 championships? That's old.
Don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here.
No, he don't. When he had 8, I had 7. Plus my 6 in here, 11, and he only got 2. You know that. Come on now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Daddy, you just did the same thing. You said I got the last 3 championships. No, that's old. That's the same thing. Bro. It is, bro. So I could have referred to I just 38.
So that moves him back 5.
I said I got the most. I do got the most. I got 6.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. To throw is Prescott. That one complete. Elliott. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun again to Elliott. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Come on now. Not even.
Not even. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 31, Wilson to the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Wilson.
Whoa.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin
Bro, they be
Ryan,
giving him the
Reed,
most funniest
Johnny
fouls.
Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those four. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And the return will stop him well inside the 20 at the 15-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10.
It didn't fool me. I caught a pick. How it fooled me?
Lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
I wasn't worried about that. I wasn't worried about that. I was using my linebacker.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson, they set up the screen to Penny. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Now that screen there
how that play fool me if I stopped you?
How they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the court?
You said fool me, I stopped you.
Isaiah, I have been fooled in life, but still caught up to it. Like, damn, you fooled me at the beginning, but I got you. That's all I said.
Back sticks in his pocket.
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And Dixon over the middle. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Wilson's pass complete to Van Aert. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13 and the decision to go for it. Looks like a smart one. Throwing on 1st down, but this one lines up to be incomplete. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, it really, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray 1st, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Animation's
Trying
killing
to
me.
dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be
Going to
third
a party?
down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Wilson. Open man, it's been in. He's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. Wilson now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard. Maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Come
They try to
on.
throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
No, I'm touching the ball,
This
not you.
drive, which was going so
touching
smoothly,
the
all of
ball.
a sudden it's
I'm
a little
touching
bit of
the
a
ball.
roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Escaping the pressure right. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
When it comes for you.
Here's Wilson.
Oh, ain't throw it to him.
It'll be intercepted. Picked off by George.
Throw it to food, dog. You just got lucky.
Got it back at the closing stages
Throw
of
the
the first
triangle.
half. Oh, Charles, after that interception in the Super Bowl
Don't
from the
care.
1-yard line, I thought Pete Carroll would run it inside the 5 every time.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe Pete did want to run it inside the 5. But Russell Wilson, you know he's such a competitor. He doesn't want that interception to stand.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
One time.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I cannot go home with 7 right.
Prescott from the gun. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
Let's
So
get the
we'll
play
reach
ball.
halftime with... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Barkevious Mingo in that time on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Prescott, and that's Elliott complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Elliott. And he loses the football a second time.
Every drive he fumbles, he's giving the ball back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Can't do nothing.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard, he's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run with Pollard. And an alley to run. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Draw play, Elliott. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Oh, my God. Bruh.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Jones. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. We'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
On second and 11 now. Prescott, and on the left side, he's got
Glitches.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. On third down, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, second most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this, but I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now Wilson on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
No, it's not.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender...
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Malik Collins able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson under pressure again, and down he goes again. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Now Wilson.
Why you not moving?
Is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And
What's he wide open?
it's incomplete.
Man, this game no more. I want to play it in the first place.